You may hate the DC cinematic universe, you may love the DC cinematic universe. They have major hits, they have major blunders, and somewhere that fall in between. Of course, today we will be talking about the latest installment into the DCEU, and that is Shazam, Fury of the Gods.
Hello there, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and children.
There's not much that I'm going to actually be discussing about this film because really it's very much a cookie cutter type of flick. Now, the whole cast is back from the very first one, and yes, Zachary Levi plays the charismatic Shazam in the movie once more. But really, this film, if you like the first one, then you will like this one. Not going to lie. There are little minor things that I didn't like the film, but we'll go ahead and discuss what I did like. I thought it was fun. I thought it was energetic the way that the first one was. I liked the story development within, of course, the Foster brothers and sisters, as far as the whole family as a group. And you get to see a little bit more of the family grow a little bit older. And I'm talking about, of course, the Shazam family, because you have everybody who is a superhero, but you also have those who want to join and go on to do their own thing every once in a while, not just be within the pact. And that's kind of common in everyday life, so I do like that element. And it kind of shows progression as well within that family unit that I really did appreciate. Now, when it comes to, of course, Billy Batson, you see a side of him that you didn't really get to see until the very end of the first one, and that is the loving sincerity that he is looking for, that he, of course, has gathered himself, because he wants to keep track of the family, want to make sure that they're doing great, want to have kind of like a bondmanship as brothers and sisters. But again, each family member wants to diverse to do their own thing, and that's okay. But Billy is having a hard time, and he's struggling with that sense of everybody grows older and everyone does eventually have to leave the house. So I do like that they added that element to the film because it brings more to the character dynamics, more of the character development. It also brings more of the foster parents becoming more of actual parents as far as mom and dads go. So I do like that character development. And it also brings a little bit more background in regards to the Shazam character and the wizard as well. Because if you're not aware, the wizard is back in this film, as of course told to us by the trailer. And with that, I mean, in all retrospect, that's really where the positive sides, of course, start and end. I mean, don't get me wrong, the film, like I said, I did have a lot of fun with it. It was enjoyable. But where it did falter are the villains. And don't get me wrong, the actresses did a wonderful job. They did an amazing job to what they were doing. But it kind of falls along those plunders where these characters were actually created, if I'm not mistaken, for the movie. You can correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments if you wish, but they're not strong. And I don't mean that in sense of physical strength or abilities. The character dynamic between both of them, as well as, of course, Shazam and the Shazam family, they're just very bland. And with that, there's no real sense of fear. There's no real sense of danger within the Shazam or Shazam family. It's just very, there you go. This is what we came up with. But again, that's not dogging any of the actresses or the actors that, of course, were in the film. I personally just believe that they could have done better with maybe a villain that was already set up in the Shazam storyline. Yes, of course, The Rock doesn't want to be at all entangles with Shazam in that part. He wants to do his own thing, which is okay. It's very disappointing, but you know that he's doing his own thing, I guess. But at the same sense, at the same token, is you already set up a comeback for a villain in the first one. Why not continue it? And really, again, these villains are made for this film, from my understanding, and it's not that strong. It was just very much of a villain set that you would see on maybe mainstream or like TV streaming, HBO Max, Disney Plus. It wasn't made, or in my sense, or my opinion, didn't really fit the theatrical element to it. It was very disappointing because you had amazing actresses who played them. But regardless, though, I mean, again, it was a fun flick. It was quite enjoyable during times. But that's my opinion. What did you guys think? Did you like it? Did you not like it? How do you feel about the DCEU going forward? Because it kind of talks about a reset in a way, kind of sets up the Flash, I guess. But leave your comments down below, subscribe to the YouTube channel, as well as follow us on all social platforms, and we'll see you next time as we go over the next review.